Alright guys, we're going to start on part 3 for Jack's build. As you see in front of you right now is the roof section. I did get a little overzealous with this. I wasn't thinking, and that's one thing you need to do when you're doing scratch builds, is think of what your next step is going to be. Anyhow, I usually groove it down the center a couple of times and then I gently fold it to give me my pitch. I went too far in the cut and it actually broke. I should have done that last, to be honest with you guys. Anyhow, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add grooves on all of these lines here, so when I get ready to install the styrene to give it the steel panel look, the glue will fill in the holes and you shouldn't see any glue marks afterwards. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and groove this out, and I'm going to use the back side of my blade. It'll give me a nice groove, and then after all the grooves are done, I'll go ahead and sand this on both sides. And I'm not quite sure what color I'm going to paint this yet. Most of the roofs here in Arizona are white. I don't know if I'm going to do this one white or I might do it in a beige color. I'm not 100% sure yet. But anyhow, procedure is the same. I'll put this here and I will clamp it down and do my grooves so I'm sure that they're straight. So let me get set up and we'll start with this process. We'll be right back. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm all clamped down here with my straight edge here, and like I said, I'm going to use the back side of my knife, and I'm just going to go ahead and score this a couple of times, maybe 3 or 4 times. I don't want to cut through. All I want to do is put a groove in there. And I think one more will do it. Alright, let's see what that looks like. That was 5 passes, I believe. And there you go. There's a nice little groove. You guys can see that without the glare. You can see that groove right there. Anyhow, the glue will go into that, and when I put my strip in there, you should not see any glue marks. Anyhow, we're going to go ahead and continue with this, and I'll put this in super speed mode, and we'll see how that goes. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, now that I've got all the grooves done in here, and it's a little tedious to make sure you have the right spacing between all of these. Now that you've seen how I've done this one, I will be doing the same type of procedure to do the expansion joints for the foundation of this build. Once all of that's done, excuse me, once all of that's done, I'll take these out to the garage and I'll use my little vibrator sander to get this all smoothed out. And then I will put a coat of white primer on here just to get an idea. I might even leave it white, I'm not sure yet. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and continue on the next part of this project. So stay tuned, and we will be back shortly. I know I forgot to mention this, so I'm going to mention it now. This roof, from this end to this end, is 98 feet long. So I am going to have to put a support inside the building. So what I did was I cut out another roof support, and I will put that about the center of the building interior. Anyhow, stay tuned and we'll be back for more. Alright guys, I just completed grooving out the foundation. As you can see, I've got 20 foot by 20 foot concrete slabs that are going to be in here, and this will get painted a light gray and then get weathered, and it'll look pretty good. These grooves will show up after it's painted. I don't want it to be too defining, but they will be there to see. Anyhow, I need to wait a little while. It's still early in the morning, so I can't do my sanding, so let me see what else I can get into. Stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, what you're looking at now is the completed foundation as far as I want to go at this point. As you can see, I had my crash post, or I think they're called bollards, in all the places in front of the garage doors. I also added the safety striping, as you can see right here. I added some end scale graphics, highways and byways graphics. Let me see if I can get in there a little bit so you can see that. Right here. What I've used for paint on the foundation was this Home Depot paint. I just picked out a gray that I wanted and had to make this this sample up for me for I think it was less than like about $4 or so. For drilling the holes, these are 1/8" rods that I cut up into 4-foot height. In the kit, the Dremel kit, it does not have an 1/8 inch. So I went with 5/64, I believe it is. Let me see, let me check. Yeah, 5/64 drill with my hand drill. It made the holes tight, but that's good. It gives a nice tight fit, and once they're glued in, there won't be any problems with them coming out. Anyhow, if you guys been watching the Rail Talk series, you'll see that that is the building that I am doing for the office. And the yellow plastic is here as a substitute for right now until I get more of this plastic right here. But anyhow, traffic, the trucks and vehicles will enter here, and the trucks that need to get sanitized will come around the front here and go into the back here. The trucks that are finished will come out here and exit the facility in the same place. There is, excuse the junk out there, but there is a main road that goes right in front of here. It's called McDowell Road. Anyhow, Jack will be in for a little bit of surprise on that also. Anyhow, I got lots to do on this here. What I am going to do is something similar to this for the loading platform that's going to be on this side. This is an N-scale version, and I'm going to try and do it in HR. It should come out to be the same. It won't be exactly the same as this, but something similar. Anyhow, next thing I'm going to show you guys is the start of the canopies for this build. There'll be one on this side and there'll be one on this side. So stay tuned for that, and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, now we're on to the canopies. Like I said earlier, sorry, there would be two, one on either side of the main building. This one here is the front, and it will be on top of the loading area, and this one here is going to be the top of the sanitizing area. For the framework, I used this number 175. It comes in handy, so like I had mentioned, I think lots of times, number 175 is one of your most popular evergreen products you're going to use. Anyhow, I made sure all my corners were as square as possible, and on this one I had already cut the roof out, so this should fit right in there. Maybe. Oh, you know what? I did modify the frame, so it just, there you go. There's one, and there's two. Okay. So that's the roof, and the roof will get the old paint and ballast method of covering this. All the flat roofs will get the same treatment. I'm going to be a little stingy on this build. And the reason for that is because I want to have a really nice reveal when I do the reveal on this build. Anyhow, with that being said, I will mark some of this stuff up to give you guys an idea of how it's going to work, and we'll see how it goes from there. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, this was the last roof I had to cut out, and it's for one of the canopies that will be on the building. And as you can see, I've also painted the main roof and as you can see, these may be a little bit out of scale as far as the distance between them, but all I'm trying to do is capture the essence of a steel roof, and also trying to save some money by not buying extra material to do exactly 4-foot sections or whatever. Anyhow, just wanted to give you guys an idea of what that's going to look like, and if you stay tuned, I'll give you an idea of what these guys will look like. So it'll be one like right here, and the same thing on the other side. And we got a little visitor crawling around on my roof. Anyhow, stay tuned and we'll get on with the rest of the video. We'll be right back. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the roof color that I chose to do was the same color that I did the foundation with, the same stuff that I bought at Home Depot. The main building will be a darker gray, so I think it'll look pretty good. And once the roof is weathered up and the building is weathered up, I think it's going to look pretty good. Anyhow, alright, let's get back to the rest of the video. Be right back. Alright guys, these are the canopies that are mocked up right now. They will get the same color paint as the rest of the building will. As you can see, I've got a semi under there, and this side here is the loading area. Then on the other side, see if I can lift this up without breaking anything. That will be the sanitizing area. Anyhow, turn this back around the other way, and I'll show you a couple other things we're going to be doing here. Move the truck out of the way. Now, we need to get stanchions over here. And I don't want anybody ever to tell you that you can't get a square peg in a round hole, because I did that. This here is evergreen tubing. I don't remember what size it was or what the number was. Anyhow, this is the number 274 I-beam. And guys, believe it or not, with just a little bit of pressure, you can get it in there. Anyhow, they will go something like this. Of course, that's just been mocked up right now, so it'll probably fall over. Anyhow, you guys get the idea. They will all be evenly spaced, of course. And then we got one here in the corner. Oops, there you go. See what I mean? They'll stop falling over. And there'll be one on this side also. Anyhow, you guys get the idea how that's going to look. For the simulated concrete footings for the I-beam, I'm going to be using this Rust-Oleum product, and it's called Sun Yellow. They didn't have really a safety yellow that I could have bought, so I elected to go with this. When it's weathered, it won't look so bright, or whatever you want to say. Anyhow, the stanchions I'm probably going to paint with burnt sienna or something close to that. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll see as time goes on. Anyhow, I think that's going to be probably about all for this video. You'll have to stay tuned and watch the progress, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Jack, I think you're going to get one heck of a build here. I'm really taking my time and getting as much detail in it as I possibly can. Anyhow, again, thanks for watching, and as always, your questions, comments, input, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all folks. BNSF 6951 out.